Hey everybody, how is everyone? Let's see who's all in here. A bunch of people were here patiently waiting a while ago actually. We got Mark. Actually Patsy was the first one in the house, but she's not showing up in my StreamYard. So hey to Patsy if you're still here. Hey Mark and Sharon, hello, hello. And Jeannie's in the house and Samantha, hello Samantha. Amelia, me, Jilly. We got Jilly, we got Maribel, hello Maribel. And Mark again. I got Sharon again. Hello, hello. I think I got everyone. What's everyone up to tonight? What you sipping on? What you working on? Hey, Michelle, how are you? Wasn't planning to come live tonight, but figured, got the face done. I was already live earlier, so what the heck. And I promise you tonight is not going to be an all-nighter because I did not sleep last night. So who knows what ridiculousness would happen if I pulled another all-nighter. So come on early tonight. So that's why it's not so late night live. So I don't have to stay up overnight. But hopefully we get as many people. I hope we don't miss too many of the overseas folks that normally pop in the morning. But I need to start somewhat getting on a regular schedule because I've had a couple of job interviews and it seems like it went well. So I might need to get on a somewhat normal human schedule. Oh, Michelle is sipping on some coffee and working on yet another mosaic. And that's probably why that is in the name of her channel. Hey, Frozen, how are you? Frozen is drinking some fruit tea and she's working on my wrap. Woohoo! Awesome. How far along are you? If you've been living under a rock, anyone here that has not been to Twisted Fiber Friends, the latest cal is my my Paradise, Pastel Paradise. Wow. I don't even know the name of my own freaking patterns. My Pastel Paradise wrap, and that's the cal for this month on Twisted Fiber Friends. So that's what we're working on. The pattern's in the Twisted Fiber Friends Facebook page. So yeah. So in case anyone didn't know, that is what we're working on. Try to fold it up again. Oh, is that earlier today? Yes, I saw you there, Mark. I don't see you in too many Twisted Fiber Friends, I don't think. But it was great to see you. I could be mistaken, though. I don't know. Half the time I'm like doing presentations and stuff, and I'm so hyper-focused, I don't always notice everyone that's in the chat. Thanks, Sharon. Starting for the second time, did not like the first colorway. Oh, okay. You do it till you get it right, right? Right. So I'm tempted to try that combination of stitches in a much thinner yarn and kind of like make like a curtain out of it. I think I mentioned that in the Twisted Fiber Friends episode tonight. But my downstairs porch where I have my security camera, it's so bright in the day that you don't really see anything anyway. It's because it's way too bright. So I'm thinking of making like something where the sun can come through, but not too much, like some kind of like lacy curtain for that door in the front. So we'll see. Thanks, Amelia. No, Coco, usually on Sundays I'm elsewhere at the time on YouTube or having supper or both. Understandable, Mark. Glad you made it today, though. It would be awesome. Hey, Suzanne. I know, twice in one day. Twofer. Hey, Angela, how are you? I don't usually come on twice in a row, but I figured I already had the cocktails going earlier. Had a couple more, so I'll keep it going. Already, like I said earlier, I already got the face done, so I might as well just pop on again. Do a somewhat earlier live. I mean, it's still like nighttime, but it's a lot earlier than I normally come on. So this is early for Coco. So everyone that just came in, what are you guys working on and sipping on and all that good stuff? Actually, is anyone in here not, or anyone here has not seen or been to an episode of Twisted Fiber Friends? Still mid-evening-ish Eastern time. It is. It's crazy early for me. I decided not to bother making supper tonight, so that's why I'm here. That's why, like, normally I come on so late is because, like, I make supper for me and hubby, and we have a little hubby time. Like, we watch TV and whatever. We binge watch a few episodes till he goes to bed, and that's when I'd normally come on. But I don't know. I just wasn't hungry. I went out there, cleaned up a little bit after Twisted Fiber Friends, and he wasn't there, so I think he went to take a nap. So I'm like, if he's sleeping, I'm not gonna like cook supper for sleeping people. So here I am. Water and Bod's Japanese knot bag. Yeah, I saw that. That's a super nice bag. That's like everyone's doing that. I might have to give that a go, even though I'm not one for doing something that someone says, okay, this is how you do it, do it, do it. I have to go for my own little tangent, but I might give it a go. Because just like a regular bag, I get so bored. I'm just like, screw it. I don't want a bag that bad. I'll just go buy one. But but this one's nice. I might actually be able to stick to that. Mark's working on getting my creative juices or writing Joe going again. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope it goes well. I'm sure something will like spark something in there. Suzanne says, yep. Do you have enough going for your second book already, or are you still kind of working on that? Because I know you were talking about wanting to do the second book, but it wasn't feasible at the time. But do you have enough content to do a second book, and you're trying to think of stuff for a third, or? We all have lulls in creativity. Any artsy fartsy person, we have ups and downs, and that's why my patterns are like so few and far between. Is like, okay, a lot has to do with I'll come up with stuff, and I just writing the pattern is just super hard for me. Not that it's hard, it's just it's hard for me to do because that's not the fun part. I like the fun parts of crochet, but we all have slumps. We all have mental block in whatever creativity we're trying to get to, and we just have to somehow work through it, or just it's worse when we dwell on it. If you just kind of let it go, just do other things, it'll come back. I've found personally. Obviously not the same for everyone. Oh, we've got Nate in the house. G'day, Nate.
Howdy.
Hey, it's been a long time. You're growing hair all over the place.
Yeah, sorry, just trying to set up here. Well,
You're kind of up on winter over there, huh?
I could put on a toque for you. Yeah, I'm out in the shed, so it's about 7 degrees with wind chill. So
yeah, that's chilly. It's
yeah,
so weird that it's like winter over there.
Yeah, I saw the alert come up, and it's like, oh well, I got about 2 or 3 hours of packing ahead of me, so I thought, oh well, I'll jump on. I tried to avoid that light there, but there's just no angle I can put it on where you'd see me. And
it's all good. It's all good. It's good to see you. It's been a while.
I'll turn it off and see how that goes.
Well, I don't want you to blind yourself and not be able to see what you're doing.
I've still got this one. This is my makeshift.
Okay.
I've got there.
Okay. As long as you see what you're doing and don't like cut your fingers off and stuff with like the packing or box knife or whatever.
Well, there's no actual power in this shed, so it's all run off the main switch is just outside the board for the house. So that's how it's all powered. Which I'm sure if any electrical person came along, they'd be like, "Yeah, that's not good." I'm gonna take this off, or I'll get too warm.
Yeah, you don't want to get too warm, then you just get even more cold when you go out.
I got the UGG boots on, but then shorts as well. So once you start working,
you're like my dad. He goes in shovels and like boots and a big winter like furry coat with shorts.
Oh yeah, rarely not shorts. It's
Hey Patsy, how are you, sweetie? Mark says, I really just need to make sure that I still have all my content on my computer, Coco, plus Word doesn't work for me for what. Oh, that's so weird. Help me figure that out.
Yeah, I had to do I was going through the conditions and all that for, is it StreamYard or whatever it is, on my phone, because I reset both of my phones because eBay was just having major issues. So every time I go into something now, like I could list maybe 2 or 3 items a day, and it just kept screwing up. And like I was trying to explain to Carmen, like, this is really bad. Like I can't list, and I got and it just, and then there's people slowly more and more complaining online, and then eventually they got around to fixing it.
Well, I guess, huh? So I mean, if you're not being able to put stuff up, they're not making money off you either, right? So that's not kind of crazy.
Yeah, apparently it was a weird glitch. Only X amount of people were suffering from, but I was one of the lucky ones.
Oh yeah.
Just trying to find my dance. I'm sure everyone in crafting can understand my pain of not being able to find scissors.
Oh heck yeah! Anyone that's ever wrapped a Christmas gift can feel your pain.
That's one of
disappear when you're wrapping presents.
That's one of those things. If I find any half decent pair when we're out op shopping and all that, I always pick them up, because my dream is just to have like 100 pairs of scissors and just throw them around the house. Because they're always that one thing where you're like, scissors, where are they? Like, you can never find them when you need them.
Oh my goodness. My luck, I'd get them like stuck in the bottom of my foot.
I mean, you have like 2 or 3 pairs in every drawer and all that. They all seem to still gravitate towards the same spot.
Yeah. I've got a system where it's not perfect, but I have kitchen scissors. They don't leave the kitchen. And I have crafty scissors. They do not leave my crafty area. Occasionally, I'm like, where the frick are the kitchen scissors? And my son looks at me, he's like, in the fridge, duh. Like that's where they belong. But like, yeah, they kind of remain in the kitchen. Whether or not they're visible is another story, but
if I disappear, I'm still right here. I'm just slowly packing.
What need to get done, hon?
Yeah, I woke up with I had a very vivid dream about my being at my mum and dad's house, and I was trying to do what I'm doing today. I was trying to do that there and watching the clock and all that. It was very weird. And then I woke up today and realized that it's my mother's birthday.
Oh,
so that's why I had that. Even if you take it out of your conscious being, your brain still goes, "Hey, fella, you should be thinking about something today." Weird how that works.
My brain doesn't do that.
Oh, mine does.
I just forget completely. That's what my phone's for.
I always forget when I'm in here that I've got a. Oh, hello, Mark, and I think it's the only one that I've missed. So I had a look at her sister's Facebook page, because she's always the one that remembers when it's her mum's birthday or any sort of sisters or anniversaries and all that. And even she's now just how the memories come up on Facebook. She just shares her own memories. It doesn't type anything new. It's like that's lovely. Like the bare minimal memorial that you can do.
Yeah. James. How are you?
So I was telling, what's their name? Terry and
Froggy?
Proggy, yeah. I was saying the other day that Carmen, because we've dug a whole bunch of trenches in our yard to try and drain the water away, because that's still a big major issue here at the moment. So she can't drive over there now to when she feeds the chooks of an afternoon with the scraps from her work. So the other day she bought 3 bales of straw. No nutritional value at all, but it resembles what certain animals in our property love to eat. So Carmen had to park it near there, but had to then lift it up and walk it across. And yeah, I was washing the dishes at the time before I realized what she was doing. So she unloads the first one, starts carrying it, and Jeremy gets all horny, hooks the string of it, rips it out of her hand, and then proceeds to just spread it all over the backyard. And then you get to see then his major disappointment of realizing that it was completely inedible. So he's been sleeping in it for the last week. Like, no, I'm going to make use of this.
He's like, this isn't carrots. What is this?
But yeah, they keep chewing away at it, and then it's like, this doesn't taste good. It's like, well, no, because it wasn't meant for you. Because the chook pen's so wet as well. That's why she got it, to sort of put a floor on there for them to scratch around on.
Okay.
So yeah, all I heard was Jeremy, no.
Oh my goodness, it's funny on this end of it. I'm sure it was a lot less funny in Carmen's perspective.
I was like, when she got home the other day and took some scraps to the chicken thing. So she jumped the trench, climbed the little pile of dirt that's on it, and then she rolled down the other side. And you know how like when kids hurt themselves and you see it where they don't cry, but they look around first to see if anyone saw, and then they'll start crying when they realize they'll get sympathy. So she's just like locks eyes on me in the kitchen, and it's like, and apparently laughing isn't the correct response, but she falls over a lot. I tell her, you fall over a lot. I've got so many, remember when you fell over stories?
Oh, yes. I fall over a lot too. When I look around, it's out of embarrassment. Like, who saw that? Can I get up quick enough before someone sees?
Her look around was 100% sympathy. Did he see me so then I can be upset about it?
Okay. I'll go check that messenger as soon as I'm done here, Mark. And I have not sent it out yet because I had some car issues since whatever, my exhaust pipe separated and stuff, and trying to get a hold of the garage. But I'm going to walk it over. It's not that heavy. I'm going to walk it over to the post office. I guess not Monday because of the Victoria Day. So Tuesday, I'm going to walk it over to the post office and send that off. But it's sitting there. All ends are woven in. It's just waiting to go.
Just got to make sure I don't make any errors here. I haven't made any errors for a while. It's been a good run.
So you're due, is what you're saying?
Well, there's nothing worse to get that, because then normally it's you put one thing into one person's and one thing's into another. And then you get that first message of, hi, I ordered this off you, but today I got this. And you're like, oh, no. Oh,
my goodness.
Well, I write. That's what I put on the letter there, and then that part folds up when you seal it.
Okay.
So that's my sort of half foolproof way of, then. But then as you're packing,
I never would have thought of that.
Mm.
Luckily, I don't have to mail out so much all at once, because I would absolutely screw up.
Well, as you would know, it's Monday here, so this is generally my busiest day, but it's been like the last week's been pretty good.
Okay.
Had to sort of mess around with my marketing a little bit, because it was like, no, like lots of sales is good, but I want a cap on it. I don't want to be doing 30 every day, because that just gets a bit crazy. And then I got no time to source. I got no time to list. I got no time to pack. So it's like it's got to be within limits.
You're gonna need employees soon.
That's what I'm really considering in the next financial year, looking at doing like the Amazon Australia.
Okay.
Just to then, you know, there's so much backstock of like sealed video games and stuff like that, to be able to have some stuff that I can just straight up, you know, scan, label, put into a box and send would be quite good. And sort of to go a little bit more legit. Look at my hair, Jesus. I look like a hippie. I've been close. I've been so close to wanting to cut it. Every
That's
especially
why
when
it
Carmen
reminded me that it's winter, because in the summer you're not that hairy.
Oh, it was pretty hairy during summer, but I didn't like it. But I can't like any sort of hat I've got now, like they just fall off. So Carmen keeps telling me, you got to do one of those little girl ponytails and stick it out the hole. And I'm like, I don't want to get to that point yet.
Need a man bun.
Yeah. But yeah, even the beanies go flying off like, yeah. So I keep going back to the chat just to see who's around. I think everyone's a bit confused because you're on so early for you.
I know. Everyone's like, what? Coco's up. Coco's on now?
Are you stepping on anyone's toes?
My Happy Mail accidental live. Everyone was like, so that's what you look like in the day.
So is there anyone else in the yarning community that's on at this sort of time that you're stepping on their toes, or?
I hope not. I probably am, but like I didn't sleep last night, so I have to like go on earlier tonight. So
don't you get like that? Oh, it's Coco, she's drunk. Like, what can you expect? She'll take like 2 to 3
couple more of these, and I'm gonna pass out. So I'm gonna have no choice but to get off at some point.
I woke up a little bit and saw you when you opened up your can during Twisted Fiber Friends. And you're trying to be subtle about it. And I was like,
there's no subtlety involved.
There's
no way to do that subtly.
This is my Monday to spend most of it just packing away.
What time is it where you're at now?
It is 10:23.
Okay.
But I was in my own defense of getting up at 9:30. I was down here at 1 o'clock last night getting the first 20 done. So
there you go. Are you certain this live won't be an all-nighter? I am positive, Mark. I did not sleep last night. So if this ends up being an all-nighter, it'll be an all-nighter of everyone watching Coco sleep and snore at some point. I say that every time. Every time I go live, I'm like, it's not going to be all-nighter. 8 or 9 hours later, I'm like, all right, let's go raid someone next morning. Lies. Subtle, Nate, subtle.
I think most of the time, anytime you say it, it's always, I don't plan for it to be an all-nighter. That's Coco's little get out of jail free terminology that she uses. Well, I didn't plan for it to be an all-nighter.
Safe bet because I didn't sleep last night. So there's no way I could go like 2 all-nighters in a row. I would assume. Oh my goodness.
What now? Oh, Mark is calculating the time difference.
Mark's my time zone calculator.
Well, it's crazy for me because now I think it's up to 15 years that's 15 years ago at this time I was living in Canada. So it's getting to be quite a while now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I see visions of events that I went to or things that I remember, and it's sort of like that grainy look of TV, and I'm like, I watched the Royal Rumble from that era, and I'm like, it wasn't that long ago.
Oh my goodness, it was that long ago. That's the scary part. People are like, such and such in the 90s. They're like, oh, so like 20 years ago? No, that was like 30, 40 years ago. I'm like, no!
Apparently, all of us bogies we were born in the 20th century. That's what they just say now. They just lump us all together. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter if you're 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s. You're just a fogey that was born in the 20th century.
Yeah, the youngins are now referring to the 1900s.
The 1900s. Yeah.
We are no longer in the 1900s. Oh my goodness, that's just so scary.
What have I done?
Like one of my favorite memes on Facebook is like, you feel like someone spinning that big arsed wheel at Wheel of not Wheel of Fortune, but Price is Right, when you're trying to find your year of birth on the webpage.
Oh, yeah, spin that bitch.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Jeannie, he's working on packing up some stuff he's got to send off. He sells eBay stuff, so it's eBay, yeah? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's packing up some stuff to ship off.
And this is my storage shed that I'm in.
You gotta say, it's a lot more organized than my shed.
This is the listed area. The unlisted area is absolutely shocking.
I used to be super organized in my garage, but then the woman downstairs took half the garage, so I had to like shove all my schnut over to like half of it. I didn't have a lot of time to like organize when I did it, but
that's all the mail so far.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
It's about up to like 25 in there now.
Now, Mark says you've got a lot of stuff in there, Nate. Wow.
Well, I think there's 3,500 in one store, and I've just reached over 1,000 in the other shop. But I probably got. Wow. What's funny that they call in the industry they call it a death pile, but at the same time, like I went to the markets yesterday and picked up 3 books. I go to the op shops now and I'll spend $5. Like there's just no stock around. So guess what? I just pull a box out of here and I've got plenty of stock still. So
there you go.
So you got to be prepared because there's a lot of talk online about all the Goodwills and all that they're putting stuff on their websites for auctions, or they're upping their prices so much and all that. So yeah. Whereas to me, if there's plenty of stock.
Feeling good. Oh, so that says, okay, I'll be listening but watching the last 2 Canadian hockey teams. Who's still in? I stopped paying attention after the Habs were out to an extent.
The Habs are out about a month into the season, from what I saw. They were never in it. I looked down the bottom, and I thought Coco's not going to be happy at the moment. There.
No. All our best players weren't in, either injured or traded or something. But tail end, we started doing well with the new coach. We started doing well. I knew we weren't going to make the playoffs, but I figured I'd watch to see what to expect for next year. But I stopped paying attention after. Oh, Flames and Oilers are still in. Okay, awesome. How is my sweet neighbor? She is as obnoxious as ever. There's a point where, like, the nighttime let the puppies out is my spiel. Hubby will let them out first thing in the morning and after work, and it's my job to let them out at night. But yesterday, because it was Friday, it was like midnight, and she was still out there partying with her friends till about 2 o'clock in the morning. But like, I went to go let them out, and hubby's like, well, why don't you just let them out? I said, because there's people out there, and the dogs don't listen to me when there's people outside. And he goes, as long as the dogs aren't out there, I just go out and say, hey, can you just go in for a few minutes? I said, I don't talk to her. Like, hubby will talk to her. I've reached the point where I can't even talk to her. So my dogs don't get to go out until she's gone to bed. but yeah.
I let Tiger out for about an hour this morning, and then when I went to the front door, he's just sitting there at the front of it, just like, let me use it. But I normally do that just so that's one less animal pooping in the laundry for the day. So I let him out when I'm down here. But yeah, today he's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, one of my dogs, whenever it would rain, she would not go. She'd just come back in and do her business inside. I'm like, no. That's not how that works. Oh, goodness.
I'm just reading.
Oh, hey! Hi, Jeannie. How are you? Other Jeannie. Proverbs Jeannie. We got 2 Jeannies in the house.
I watched the Penguins series a little bit right up there. They got to Game 7, so it looked like it was a great series, but now the Penguins are out, so any small interest I had is then gone.
Yeah, I mean, we got the #1 draft pick this year. We won the lottery thing, but anytime that's happened for the Habs, it's like there's nobody spectacular. Like there's good players, but there's no standout. You know, like no Sidney Crosby, no what's his face? I can't remember
Connor
names
something,
anymore.
isn't it? Connor something.
Yeah, McDavid. No McDavids. You know.
I just remember because I was watching, like being a Buffalo Bills fan. Obviously, there's the Blues. What are they called?
Mm-hmm.
Sabres. And I remember them tanking. Okay. I think it was for him, and then they got someone else, and now since then he's moved to another team anyway. Whoever they got after Connor.
Mm-hmm.
So they did all this tanking.
Still with the Oilers.
Yeah,
the Oilers are right?
Yeah, whoever they took at #2, the Sabres. I know he's now gone.
Hey, Nonny Me, Caribou.
They tanked for like 5 years for nothing.
Nonny Me saying hi to Nate.
G'day.
I love that your name's Nate because I say g'day, Nate.
Just got a pile of envelopes.
How y'all doing? Sorry, what was that, Nate?
I was just saying I got a pile of envelopes. Normally I'm a bit more organised, but after last night I'd sort of got half my work done, so now I've sort of left myself with just a pile of craziness.
Mark says, Oilers, first time back in playoffs in 5 years. Has it been that long? Wow.
That's the craziness that lays before me.
Well, the upside is the more you have to mail, the more money there is to be made, right?
In theory, yeah.
In theory.
Well, I had one good one last week at my local. I found it was a $2 board game from like the 80s, and I counted the tiles and all that. It was all complete. Like I've got a whole thing over there of board games to list. But when it's the more either older or less mainstream ones, like what the gamers actually play, those ones I list right away because they're more in demand. And that $2 went into 165. So that was a good one.
Wow. I would have thought you'd been all out of board games after the C word. Because, like, what else was there to do for those 2 years, right?
That's like there's a lot of people buying jigsaw puzzles and all that. We were never bored. We've got all this craziness around us. Like, there's not one day where we thought, what are we going to do today? Like, we always, between all the streaming services, between, like I think one night we spent up on the mountain and all that, and, the animals and tidying up. And, we were never that bored to sort of sit down and do a jigsaw puzzle or one of the 1,000 board games.
Yeah. Tony May says a Canadian and an Aussie, awesome accents. It's a storage shed, Mark. So we said, from what I comprehended from earlier.
Oh, it's technically was built as a garage, but
I'm crazy. I'm never bored, says Noni May. Yeah, I mean, I gotta take into account too. Everyone's got like online gaming and YouTube and stuff, but like when like all us in Quebec in the 90s, freaking frick, I can't believe it was that long ago. But when we had the ice storm, I was out of power for 2 weeks, and so many people were out of power for that long and longer even. And so without even power, that's when we definitely resorted to like board games by candlelight, and it was actually kind of nice. It was cold. It was freaking cold, but it was nice to like.
And if anyone hasn't watched the documentary about that event, it's well worth the one I found about that event. It's well worth watching because it was just a complete series of F-ups for it to happen.
Yeah.
And then it was a bit like
the documentary. Email me that.
Oh, I don't even know where I found her. But yeah, it was just it was a crazy set of events. And then because people don't know, the ice gathered on all the power lines and got heavier and heavier and heavier. And then one day they just all gave
Yeah.
out, and that's how they lost power for 2 weeks.
Yeah. At my parents' house, it was gorgeous. I mean, it was scary, and like nobody was out on the roads because it was just so icy and there was no power everywhere. But my parents had like a semicircle driveway, and they had two, like they had cedars, like super low, but like surrounding their driveway, and they had two birch trees, like on either side, like where it kind of like met at the points. But because of the ice, luckily they didn't break because they were so bendy. They weren't old enough to be like super thick, so they kind of like just kind of like made arches to the walkway to the door. It was like walking into an ice palace. It was the most awesome thing I've ever seen in my life. It was gorgeous. It was cold and crazy, and there was a bunch of schnook going on, but just that like ice arches, like, oh, it was beautiful. The worst part though was the ice cold toilet seats. Worst part of the storm. You can bundle up and whatever, be okay, but you have to take your pants off to go pee. So
so you didn't have you don't have a wood furnace, you had like electric.
Yeah, we were all electric.
Oh geez.
Yeah, we knew a couple of people had the wood burners that would like boil us water for coffee and stuff and give us like thermoses with hot water. But yeah, we were all electric as far as heat went. So I had a fireplace where I was living at the time, and Quebec was giving out free firewood, but my place was so open concept that the fireplace didn't heat schnook. It was a decoration more than anything. So no, I was not, Mark. I mean, we had storms. We're under severe thunderstorm watch now as we speak. So maybe it just hasn't reached us yet. It was beautiful, Jeannie. Scary and beautiful and cold all at the same time. Let's see. What did I miss here? Quebec ice storm spring of 98.
These things were random by too, like they were like a magazine thing you bought like every week or whatever it was to collect, and the local shop had like, I think it was about nearly all of them, it was about 130 of them for $10. So I thought, I'll take a chance on them. So then like this lot of 4 sold for $17 today, and that's probably about the 20th lot that I've sold.
Wow.
So each time I sell a lot, it paid for all of them. I like those sort of things.
Hey Dan, how are you? Here working on my ribble blank. I'm assuming a blanket. Yeah, thunderstorms might make it here. It's clouded over. Yeah, I haven't actually been outside, but it was raining earlier, and I was worried that like because of the thunderstorm warnings, it might flicker and stuff. I might lose internet and power, but knock on wood, so far so good. We had a rain and thunderstorm, but nothing damaging. I hope everyone's all right. Well, Patsy's back. I'm glad everyone's good over there, Patsy.
My state had its 4th floods for the year. 2 of them have been pretty major and 2 of them mild, but yeah, it's just been, and like there's so many stories of people that they started, because these 2 were back to back pretty much. So people start cleaning up and then the water comes in again. It's just been, it's been crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. 2 people. Oh no. That's horrible, Mark. No. Don't need to say me, Patsy. I don't want anything to happen to y'all. Oh no, the weather is bad. Yeah, I literally have like, I have big thick curtains because when the sun is it just shines in the afternoon straight in here, and it's like a greenhouse and sauna. So I haven't even looked outside today, but I heard a lot of like heavy rain and stuff on the roof and everything. So I'm like, I think it's stopped for now.
Like remembering the fact that I was in Toronto and not where Coco is, but I remember the biggest part of living in Canada was it was about 6 months of the year complaining about how cold it was, and about 5 months of complaining about how hot it was.
Yeah,
I'm like sitting
pretty
there going,
much.
are they ever happy? As in like the 1 month, I think it's like the first month of fall, they're like, yeah, we're happy now.
Yeah,
That was about
that's
it.
about it. But every now and then you get like a year where it just skips like spring or fall, and it goes like straight from hot to cold, and you're like, what the frick?
But
Where's
I'd
the in
watch
between, man?
the weathermen would be like, as soon as it gets into summer, and they'll talk about it's 3 hot days in a row, so we'll wait for a cool change. And it's like, you just had like 6 months of cool change. Be happy that it's a bit warm. Oh, it
Yeah.
was so funny.
Hi,
As soon as
Joanne.
it's
How
hot,
are you?
as soon as it's hot, they want it to be cold, and as soon as it's cold, they want it to be hot.
Yeah, exactly, Jeannie. No hot, no happy medium. Especially in Montreal, there's like 2 seasons. There's winter and construction. Those are the only seasons we got. Canada is 6 and 6. 6 months of summer and 6 of winter. Basically, no spring or autumn. True enough. We might get a couple of days, maybe a week if we're lucky, of like the in between weather. But like, kind of
And we're
sucks.
talking about
I love my leather
the
jacket.
shorts earlier.
Yeah, I never
We're
get
talking about
the
the shorts.
opportunity to wear my leather jacket because it's always either too hot or too cold.
I used to go to gym in Canada, so like I'd watch people go in their full snow outfit and then take 20 minutes to get it all off and all that. Whereas I just had the one jacket on, and I'd go in shorts, and it's like it's a 30-second walk from the car. It's not that hard, but people would sort of go to all this extra effort. So by the time they take it all off and go in and work out and put it all back on again, I'm long gone.
That's the workout. That's part of their workout.
It's like 20 or 30 seconds. It's not that hard to walk in your shorts with a jacket on. Like,
yeah, road work season too. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I think you working on a mosaic blanket. Cool, awesome. I so want to do a mosaic. And I know it's easy. I know I can do it because I've done swatches of mosaic. I just haven't decided. I have to, because it's not like you can just change your mind after, because you got to snip and start, right? So it's like once you start, you got to be sure of the colors you want to use. And I've yet to choose colors that I am 100% that yes, these are the colors I want to use to do a mosaic. So it's like still kind of holding back on that. Oh, and Jeannie's daughter wants to move to Montreal. Why? That's all I gotta say about that. Oh my goodness.
you're too jaded.
I'm too jaded?
There's plenty to love about it. You just
It's a pretty place, but as time goes on, they just try harder and harder to take away the rights of Anglophones in Quebec. Even though Montreal is one of the most Anglophone cities, I believe, in Quebec, that first, like for a couple of years, this whole thing about like when you go into a coffee shop, whatever, they say bonjour, hi, like hi in French and English. And they wanted to stop that. Like, no, it's just bonjour. And if they start speaking English to you, then you can switch. But so they were not allowed to say bonjour, hi for a while. Well, they tried to, they kept doing it. But now there's a new bill they're trying to pass, and a lot of Anglophones are out protesting right now because the new bill they're trying to pass is that all doctors, all workplaces, you're not allowed to speak anything but French. Your doctor has to address you in French. Your lawyer has to address you in French. Like medical, legal, like I am bilingual. I speak French. But like there's medical terms and legal terms and stuff like that that I've never had to use before that I want to know what I'm getting into, you know? Like that's I'm sure it's not going to pass because that's an abomination of legal rights, like human rights, to not get medical treatment in your language, especially since you're in an English country, a bilingual country. But yeah. Hey Sam, how are you? Maybe another Father's Day weekend tutorial. Is that when it was? It was Father's Day? Yeah, I gave it to my dad after. We'll see. We'll see. I'll do my best to get him back on, Mark. Jeannie said, oh no. Is that about the Montreal schnitt? I'm assuming. Are you going to do a tutorial on your beautiful... I'm going to do my best, Patsy, to get a tutorial done on that. We did a very, like, quickie one today on Twisted Fiber Friends. Like, Froggy kind of did the stitches, and I explained what the rows were. But I'm gonna try my best to do... I did a lot of cleaning up. Like my floor is all cleared around me. I used to be surrounded by whip bags. So I got that done. I'm gonna have to order a tutorial arm to come over me because I want to do them here, like on my lap. Because I don't know, it's more natural for me to do it in my chair, like just sitting back and doing it, rather than leaning over a desk. So I'm doing my best to like make it easy for me to do. So I'll do more of them. But yeah, it's on my to-do list for sure. That's top of my to-do list, is to get that tutorial done. Do you have any disposable? I have a bazillion tons of disposable gloves, Sam. I used to clean houses. Like whenever I was between jobs, my job would be to clean houses. And there's a lot of toilets and gross things that happen in houses. So I have disposable gloves coming out the wazoo. Even before the whole C word. We have, oh no, that's Nightbot. I don't have to read Nightbot. Nightbot's not talking to me. Mandatory French though, not right. That's not freedom either. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they tried before with like, you're not allowed to wear like any kind of like any kind of religious symbol, headgear, whatever, in hospitals or government offices and whatever, and that fell through. So if this doesn't, like, I swear, if this does not fall through and this happens, I'm moving to either New Brunswick, Ontario. Like, screw that. No, I'm not sticking around for that shit. No problem, Patsy. Hopefully I can get it done, like, pretty quick. I'm slowly, a lot quicker than usual, actually, making progress in here. Just getting things moving forward. I was in a slump for a long time, but I'm making progress a lot quicker than I used to get things going here. And so, yeah, so fingers crossed I can figure stuff out. I got a green screen. It arrived yesterday. I got to figure out how I want to rig it up exactly. So things are happening on Coco's channel. It's just a matter of when they will be perfected. I even have gardening gloves. Yeah. Dress codes in schools is not freedom. Hijabs or other religious items not being worn also. Yeah, I mean, like, I understand the Quebec government wanting to preserve the French language, but you cannot trample on other people's rights to do so. And that's where they're not understanding, you know?
Well, dress codes in school is very debatable too, because in Australia we have uniforms. It's not that horrible a thing. I think that like I remember free dress days, the pressure of what do I wear? What do I wear? Whereas you have uniforms, I think that takes something out of the equation. Everyone looks like they got the same amount of money. Everyone's equal. Whereas, yeah, as soon as every day you've got, you know, the richer kids wearing nice outfits and all that, and the poorer kids are like poor. I think it just makes it nice and simple. There's no decisions to be made. There's, you know, I grew up with it, so I was okay with uniforms.
Yeah. The only thing with uniforms is if you're in a uniform school, the only way you can show your class is with the shoes you wear. That's the only freedom you have there, but it does kind of like level you out a bit. Well, Crystal says, and dang, I was threatening to move to Canada if they remove Roe v. Wade. Not all of Canada is that bad, Crystal. It's just Quebec. Like, you get people hoity-toity that just want to preserve the French language so bad that they're going to trample over everyone's rights to do so. But knock on wood, so far, none of those things have happened. I think I'm hoping they're just pushing this initiative for the votes of people that believe that. But There's got to be
Yeah,
something. They can't
Hmm.
possibly do that. Say no. My doctor can speak English because I've been speaking English to her this whole time. And now when I go to see her, she's not allowed to speak English to me to tell me what's wrong with me. No, that's BS. I'm sorry. There's no way they can pass that shit legally, I would assume. Knock on wood, hopefully. There are no guarantees, but.
I had an interesting doctor's experience the other week. So they've only got one doctor in town in our surgery at the moment. So I waited for about 45 minutes for it, and she said, "Okay, I'm ready for you, Nathan. Go sit in there. I'll be there in a bit." So I'm just sitting there, hanging out for like 5 minutes or so, and then I just looked over at her desk, and her computer was facing me, and it had her entire schedule for the day, all with what people were coming in for and their names and everything. Which I sort of half thought, you shouldn't do that. And then I spoke to a friend of mine, and he's like, no, she can lose her license for schnook like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't take a picture, but I referred it to the ombudsman. But yeah, it was like, because I was on there as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was a bit like, that's not right. You don't do that.
It's not right. Nobody's like, yeah, that's crazy. Especially if it's like a small town with one doctor. Like, people know people. There's probably somebody in that list that you knew. Like, ooh, they're here for that, you know?
Well, he was here for a fungal infection. Gross.
Yeah, we're gonna stay off the topic of abortion and stuff, but yeah.
Mark was not referring. What's the word he used? Recommending Ontario, which for someone who spent 8 months there, Ontario, awesome. Toronto.
Yeah, I spent time in Ontario.
Other than Toronto.
And if I
visit Toronto
that way, it'll be in a very remote area. But on the other hand, New Brunswick, on the other side of us, the price is about a quarter what it is in Ontario. So it's like, and the job hubby has right now, and the job I'm hopefully going to get in the very near future is remote, and I can do from anywhere. And together, if we're making $100,000 a year somewhere where it doesn't cost very much, like we could put like a lot of money aside and just build a homestead that is ridiculous, you know? Hi, Lisa. How are you? Who did I miss? Anyone else pop in here? I wasn't trying to bring up political mess. Just so disappointed. I know, Crystal. I know. It just seems like something that was decided by the Supreme Court at one point. Just something that I can't think of the right word, but that, not severe, but it shouldn't be changeable because I don't know. I really don't think that'll happen, but I don't know. Yeah. Let's see here. Agreed, Nate. Toronto is a whole other entity in this province. Province. True story, Mark. I've been to Toronto. I've spent a lot of time in Toronto because I have some friends there and there's some concerts I had to go to there and stuff. But I spent time in the outskirts also. So yeah, it's a whole different. Yeah.
I was living in Brampton. I can definitely say avoid that as well. That was 15 years ago, as we know.
Glad you're doing good, Lisa. I am also doing pretty good. Hey, Chris. Were you here before? I don't think were you here? I don't know. If you were, you're very quiet for a very long time. If you weren't, hello. Hey, Sandrine. How are you, sweetie pie? I didn't call you purple initially, which is my initial reaction. Hey, Jen. How are you? For those that just came in, it's not going to be all-nighter. I know I say that often, but I did not sleep last night, so it's not going to be an all-nighter tonight, which is why I came on early tonight. Lies. Shut up, Nate.
See, now you know why I wrote it.
He hasn't even flipped the page because he knew it would come up again. Jeannie's working and listening. What did I miss here? Been dealing with an emotional day today. Oh, hope you feel better soon, Jen. Emotional days suck, but sometimes you just gotta let it out, right? So let it all out, and I hope you feel better soon. Try missed. Oh, Sandrine's doing okay. That's awesome. And Lisa is knitting baby beanies. Awesome. Baby anything is super cute, man. I just wish I had a baby to make stuff for, because they're quick projects, like palette cleansing, quick, super cute projects. Oh, Sandrine says they're good, Mark. And saying thank you. Oh, Lisa also said hi to Nate.
I've got the chat on screen, so I can kind of see a silhouette of myself.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so Lisa knits them and donates them. That sounds awesome.
Right.
I should do that too. I just really wish I had my own like grandkids or whatever to knit and crochet things for. But yeah, especially the little beanies. I think someone was asking at some point for like preemie beanies, like little tiny hats you put on like preemie babies. Not what? Not. Oh, Nate, what are you up to? I heard not what you're up to. Okay, but I read that wrong. Nate is packing up stuff he needs to ship out.
So I'm just realizing that all my information's on the phone that I've got you on. So,
Oh no.
so it's a double. Oh no, wait, this one should be on here actually. So you got two different eBays, so I've got two different phones that control each one, just to try and make it a little bit less confusing.
Oh, Nate tooted. Here comes my very subtle cocktail opening again.
No, I sold 4 bottles of this to a hairdresser. Actually, it's a wash-off mousse, and then halfway through I realized that it's got that one of them had a different name on it. And I was like, oh crud.
Oh no.
I had to work out which one was which.
Jeez.
Before I delicately pack them up, and I'm sure one of them will blow up in transit.
I'm trying to pick up the hook, but I can't. It's my Kojo. Yeah, I lose my Kojo a lot. But luckily, I've learned to knit. So, and I'm still like learning. Like, I haven't finished anything in knitting, but I like to play around with stitches and lacy stitches and stuff like that. So when I lose my Kojo, I'll just pick up my knitting needles for a bit and just play around until like an idea pops on my brain. Then I'll go back to crochet. Let's see here. Coco, what cocktail am I drinking? I just tossed it in the frick. Oh, I got one here. I'm drinking my usual, my beach day every day, berry beach.
Liquid Smurf.
Yeah, liquid Smurf. I've had other people in Canada look for it at their stores where they can get cocktails and stuff, but it seems like for the moment it's only available in Quebec, but I could be wrong. Mark says beep. Don't know why, but beep, back at ya. Crystal, it's a mental.
That's when I beat before. It was just a friend sending an attachment.
I'll be sending you good vibes. Yeah, everyone send Sandrine some good vibes. Some good Crojo vibes.
Thailand Disc Golf put up a picture of like a big group picture of everyone saying good times. Yeah, hope to see everyone back here again soon. And Carmen and I are in the picture.
Do you say Thailand Disco?
Thailand Disc Golf.
Oh. Like, why do you have Thailand discos in your phone?
What I do in my own free time is my business.
Whatever floats your boat, hon.
Yep. So what would be the difference in a Thailand disco? Coco,
I don't know.
lead us through this journey of what a Thailand disco is.
I don't know. All I know is
whenever
I have been in an Oriental country, I am a freaking giant. I wear especially when I went, I used to wear ridiculous heels too. I'd wear like 3-inch heels, and I was already like 5'10", so I'd be like 6'2" woman walking around towering over all the other women. Oh my goodness, it was a sight to see. Oh, Crystal says, Nate, cabbage for dinner as well?
Huh?
Chris is laughing at Thailand disco. It's when you've had too many peppers.
I'm confused about that cabbage thing, sorry.
I don't know. For me too, Sandrine, I've had my struggles with mental health for ages. Plus, my late mom had bipolar. Yeah, I think we all have our moments of mental health issues, but yeah. So I think we can all relate to an extent. It baffles my brain where people, they just judge you for like mental health issues when you know they've been through something at some point in their life, you know? Hello, Joy. How are you?
Well, that's like the NBA player, the Australian Ben Simmons. Like, yes, he hasn't been a saint or anything like that. Like, he has done some stuff to annoy some people, but it's mental health. Like, the guy's not right up here. And then you have a falling out with a city like Philadelphia. They're not very nice to people that fail them at sports. So, the guy had a bit of a breakdown. Like, so you got to, not to single out anyone, but America, you really got to look at how you handle mental health.
Obviously, not everyone, but yeah. Sweet dreams, Jen. Thanks for coming, and Lisa, thanks for coming too. Have a great night, all y'all. Poot, not poor. I missed something. Hang on. Oh, the poot sound, cabbage gas. Whoosh. Oh my goodness. Coco, are you really 5'10"? Holy moly, I'm so jealous. I lost an inch somewhere along the way. I used to be 5'10". I'm now like 5'9". I slouch a lot, so I think I've affected my curvature of my back. But yes, I used to be. Have I lost weight? A little bit, but not as much as I should have. I have not lost as much as I've gained over the 2-year Rona sitting on my butt weight gain, but I'm slowly getting back, I think. Lisa says, Nate, it's the same here in Australia. Our government needs to look into mental health. Oh, you're in Australia too, Lisa?
It's not, we're not shooting up bloody shopping centers and all that, though, so we're not at that level. Like, maybe it's good that we don't have guns, who knows, but yeah, it's not great here, but it's not like there where, I think it's pretty bad.
The biggest thing too is like, if people that have those mental issues can get a hold of weapons, that's a problem. Whereas here and in Australia, it's harder to get the weapons. You have to prove that you're not like going to go shoot up something before you get one. But Oh, thanks, Crystal. I appreciate that. I was having a hard time seeing it because it shows more slowly in the belly. So I'm like, oh, my pants fit different, so I know I'm losing weight, but it doesn't show as quickly, I guess, as in the face. But thanks for pointing that out. Thank you. I've put on some weight in the last 2 years as well, Coco. It's simply balancing act like everything. Yeah. I think what obsessed me the most is I was in such good shape. I think I was in the best shape I've been in my life right before the C word, because I was in carpentry school. I was lifting things, hoisting things, and hammering things, and like building schnud, and I had guns, you know. And then the C word happened. I sat on my tuchus for 2 years, and it all turned to jello. Hey, Amy, how are you? Thanks, Chris. Crystal says where folks go postal. Yeah. Oh, my bell. Oh, hang on, things are jumping. I'm thinking about a bell. My bell has went nowhere. Your bell? What you talking about, Willis? Oh, belly. You think I would have put 2 and 2 together, but no. I needed you to spell it out for me. Oh my goodness. Hey, Katrina, how are you? It's been a hot minute. How far along are you? One's a little in coming.
We got the opposite here. We're dealing with Carmen's hot flashes lately.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the fine one, right? That's the on purpose menopause thing before you try again, or?
Yeah, okay. That's the one.
Okay. How long till you try?
Oh, it's still, I think, about another 2 months, 2.5 months.
Okay.
I asked her the other day, do you miss your periods at all? Like something that you're so used to in life and all that? No.
No.
He doesn't miss them.
Ever do you miss your periods? Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, miss like when you've had a sore tooth for like 6 weeks that you played around with your tongue, and then all of a sudden it's gone because you had it worked on. So you don't miss it, but then it's still like something that you had that's gone.
Yeah, because before I had my tubes tied, I was getting the birth control shot that you would get. Was it every 3 months or whatever? And over time, it just completely stops your whole cycle. I did not miss it at all. At all. Not one iota, not for a second. Like, no, I did not miss it. No. Hey, buddy. Awesome.
Geez, when I saw the alert come up, I was like, oh, I might pop on, I'll see, but there'll probably be plenty of other people queuing up, but apparently not. You come on too early.
I know. I surprised everybody. Actually, my last live too, I was on, I think, for about 2 hours before anybody came up. Hi, Teresa. How are you, sweetie pie?
I saw it about 3 days after. I was like, oh, 10-hour live, and I completely missed.
I don't know how you did depot. It like having concrete shoved into your butt cheek. What are you talking about, Amy? You lost me. What's depot? Depot? I have no idea what we're talking about anymore. It's like having concrete shoved into your butt cheek.
Is that what the injection that you had is? The birth control shot? Yeah. So.
It did not affect my butt cheeks whatsoever. So I don't think that's what she's talking about. Oh, the birth control shot. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Well, for the
It
first
didn't
two
affect my
shots.
butt cheeks at all.
Oh, see, I had no idea what it was called, Amy. Sorry for my ignorance. They're just like, birth control shot, your periods will stop. I'll stick a needle in your butt. And I'm like, how about my butt? You know? But for the first 2 months, they're like, shove it, like, you drop your pants, they put the needle in your butt. And then the third time, the nurse is like, where do you want the shot? I'm like, choice? She's like, well, you can have it in your butt or in your arm.
I had an option.
She's like, well, a lot of people choose the butt because it hurts less. I'm like, well, put that shit in my arm, man. So you don't have to have it in your butt. They could put it in your arm. Just for those that don't know, it doesn't have to be in your butt. Nobody gave me the choice the first 2 times.
Well, someone's going to screen cap that conversation and use that. You don't have to get it in the butt.
I think if there's a choice, they would give you the choice.
There's a choice. You don't have to get it in the butt.
Like, drop your pants. I'm like, all right. I don't know. I have no problem getting shots in my arm. I do it all the time. You know, every new vaccine, whatever that comes out, goes in my arm. I could have that in my arm too. It's only every 3 months. I don't know. Going to put me off shopping at Home Depot though. Oh my God, Chris, you're hilarious. Coming off Depot is hell. I don't know. When I didn't intentionally come off it, but I was like, I was single, I wasn't with anybody. So I was like, well, why am I shooting myself up with stuff? So I just kind of stopped taking it. But I hadn't actually got my period back yet. And then that's when I got pregnant with Cohen. So I don't know if I fully came off it. So I don't know if I had the full effect of that. Got on my arm as a reminder that it was easier than labor. Everything is easier than labor. Of course, this is coming from the person that had like really easy labors considering. But yeah, but even then, I would take anything else over labor. But if you give me a baby at the end, I'll take it and I'll go through labor again. But yeah,
yeah, I'm one of those people who firmly believes
the end result is worth it. What, Nate?
I firmly believe that not one man in history has ever lined up for a second kick to the nuts, whereas women go back and happily have another baby. So I'm sorry, getting kicked in the nuts is way worse because we don't ask for it again.
Yes, but you don't get a baby out of it. For every time someone kicked you in the nuts, you got a pretty baby. I'm sure you'd do it again, wouldn't you? Not all guys, but some guys. Kat says, I had is it depot or depot? I don't even know. It was in my butt cheek. Doc had to take me off it because I had my woman thing for 60 days. Holy frickin' frick. I bled for 2 months after. Jeez Louise. Apparently the way around that is to get pregnant right after you come off it, and then you have to worry about that shit. Oh, men still have sensitive areas as well. Yes. I'm sure there is no man out there saying, please kick me in that region. But it's like, it's hard to explain. Women have a yearning that we need to replicate ourselves in tiny little cute human beings. And doesn't matter the pain we have to go through to do so. Joy says, Mark, my doctor said she would not force me to get something that might not do me any good. Joy says, oh my God, that is a bad way to look at it. That is why women have babies. Oh, sure, Coco. We get a cute baby out of it. Exactly. No, we just involuntarily go through periods, and if we could stop it, we would, Nate. We sure as heck don't line up. Yeah, exactly. And initially I was worried. I asked my doctor, I'm like, is it even good for you that it stops it completely? And she said, having your period that often is actually not good for you.
It's not
because
natural.
back in the day, we were just always pregnant. So we didn't bleed that much. So in theory, it's actually better not to have it that often. But if you're going to bleed for like 2 months straight afterwards, like, I don't know. I don't know. that did that. That's probably TMI for a lot of y'all, but you know,
I've had that
anything.
discussion with quite a few people about women's natural cycle. It's like, there is no such thing. Like it's medicated basically what your cycle is. It's not a real thing.
It's not always medicated.
Some of them can be pretty close to it, like if they're just unnatural, but generally no. Like it's been a while since I looked it up, but some people it could be their natural cycle. It might be 3 months, but in between periods and things like that. But that's the whole point of the pill, is that it regulates it as well.
Yeah. But I was natural until I was in a relationship where I thought, I probably shouldn't have a kid right now. Then that's why I went on the birth control. But I was always very regular, on or off, until recently. It was like,
well, it takes a long time for your body to go back to what it is.
5 days total. That's it. That's all. But now it's like a freaking free for all because my hormones are doing all kinds of wacky shit. Jeez, freaking psycho downstairs, man! I swear. She slams the door so hard that it shakes the room and it scares the living bejeebies out of me every time. I haven't even talked to my family doctor yet about anything regarding maybe that's wrong, but it's another topic I try to stay away from. But I mean, unless there's a reason to, there's no reason to, right? I actually haven't spoken to my doctor about it either. I literally have my first in-person appointment with her on the 6th, I believe. In the past, since like before this all started. I think I've spoken to her twice on the phone in between, but I have not seen my doctor since like late 2019 till now. Also, labor is so painful, our brains block it out. Yeah, that's got to be the only explanation, Crystal. I mean, it was painful, yes. Well, the first 2 were painful, but mine were short. A lot of women are going to hate me, but my first with Cody, I was in labor for an hour and a half total. Christian, I don't remember how long I was because they refused. There was no clock in my room. He hurt like a mofo because he wasn't fully cooked and he wasn't in the right place. So I had the contractions in my back. That hurt like a mofo. Cohen, I did not have a single painful contraction. I was at 9.5 centimeters. People were freaking out. I was trying to eat my supper. And they're like, get your pants off. One push, poof, he was out. I'm literally a Pez dispenser at this point, which is why I ended up getting my tube side. But yeah. So I technically had easy labors compared to some. I haven't seen my doctor since 2019 either, Coco. Prior to the pandemic, phone appointment only for the foreseeable future too. Oh, still, even now. Huh. Wow. Yeah, my doctor is just now like starting to see people. Well, I think it's been probably about 6 months now. She's started to see people in person. My first labor was 36 hours. Second one was 20. Oh my goodness. That's a definite ouchie, Crystal. Like people are all like, because I had like all 3 of my childbirths were natural. And like, oh, you're so brave. I'm like, I didn't have time to say, give me an epidural, But yeah, people that were in labor for that long, like seriously.
I've been led to believe that no woman nicely asks, please give me an epidural.
Well, some go into it knowing that they don't want to go through that and they're going to want the epidural. Some people are like, oh, I'm going to do it all natural, blah, blah, blah. They're like, give me it. That's the point. I went into it thinking, I know at the time I was a smoker. I cut down while I was pregnant. But I'm like, I know I'm going to want to get up and actually walk outside to have a cigarette at some point. So I do not want to be paralyzed from the waist down. So I went into it saying I'm not going to have the epidural. And luckily for me, it was not a long drawn out thing. So it wasn't like, so it was definitely doable. Kat says my first 2 days at home and 12 at the hospital. My second was 45 minutes. It was 45 minutes. Third was 30 minutes. And fourth was 30 minutes. We're having, we will see. You should just camp out at the hospital at this point, Kat. Like, yeah, one contraction and pew. Oh my goodness. Like I always like said, like I have wide hips because I'm like I'm really tall and I have wide, like broad shoulders, broad hips. And I always hated my hips growing up. But like since my childbirth, I'm like, I got good like birth given hips, and like I will never talk badly about my hips again ever because they did not hold them in and make it take longer. But you're a tiny little mofo, Kat. I'm actually shocked it was that quick for you. Oh, your first was 2 days at home. Okay. But 2 days to like 45 minutes, that's a big difference. Jeez Louise. Oh, Teresa sent me a pic. She sent it to me. Where the freaking frick did I put my phone? Ah! I'm assuming email or messenger. Hang on. Let me. I have no idea what the context is, but somebody in Messenger said, I love fish. Okay. Where is my email? Oh, I think I do got a new email. Here. Don't sneeze or cough, Kat. She will fly out. Yeah, true story. Just always sit with your legs crossed. I took an epidural at 24 hours with the first doctor's suggestion. I was so exhausted. Second one epidural at 12 hours. Wasn't playing with back labor. Yeah, back labor freaking sucks. I mean, labor in general sucks, but back labor, OMG, it freaking sucks. What did you send it, Teresa? I have my emails. Hang on, let me check. All inboxes. Not check multiple. Send email. Is it a messenger? I don't see messenger either. I think you sent a picture to a stranger, Teresa. Busy Mark, busy hubby broke his ankle. Oh, ouch. Oh, WhatsApp. Okay. You're literally the only person that sends anything there. That's why I don't check there. I'm like, you sent it to a stranger. Hang on. Oh! Why? It should be facing that way. Why would you send that to me? Oh my goodness. Oh, good Lord, Teresa. I almost threw it up. Oh my God. Oh. Her hubby's leg is not doing so good. I'll leave it at that. I will not burden you with seeing it. Oh my God. I think it's at the fixed point at this point. It's still like off. I don't know. Oh my God. No, it's not vulgar. It's just off. Just like, huh. I can deal with a lot of things. I can deal with like my own wounds and whatever, but other people's blood and trauma, and it just it gets me like right here, you know. Oh my goodness. Whew, I'm okay. And it's so weird too, because like anything traumatic that happens to someone I'm in the vicinity of, whether gushing blood or whatever, like my brain tunes it out. I do what needs to be done to secure the situation and pass it off to the next person, and then I go and I pass out. Then my brain's like, okay, that just happened, and I was, yeah. Yeah, my brain does not like boo-boos, other people's boo-boos. I can literally like watch them draw blood. I can look at my own cuts and stuff, but other people's blood, and I think I just empathize too much to the point where it's just overwhelming, and yeah, I can't do it. I mean, I can, but then I can't afterwards. Is there a bird in my living room? Or is a downstairs lady bird just getting as loud as she is? There's no way there's a bird in my living room. I don't know. Anything can happen in this apartment. Oh my goodness. I don't use WhatsApp myself, so I just quit Snapchat. Discord is out. I'm still on Instagram, at least for now. But wow, social media is a way of causing more chaos, if nothing. For real, there's just like always something else you have to sign up for, and I don't have time for that schnut. Like I have time for like a couple of things. Even that is like questionable. I'm like, I don't need extra stuff. Hey Pixie, how are you? Pixie's saying hi to you too, Nate.
G'day. So I was just packing up a big parcel. That's why I went quiet for a while.
Okay, well, that's a biggie.
There was 8 light bulbs that I bought. They were on clearance for 10 cents each.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I'll just grab them and I'll see what they're worth later. And the last 8 packs sold for, I think it was $80.
Wow.
That's 80. So that was a good one.
It's a heck of a markup.
Yeah. They bought all of them. Didn't even make an offer, just bought all of them.
Everyone said hi to Veronica, so I'm going to assume Pixie is Veronica.
Hi, Veronica.
I'm absolutely going to forget that by next live, but hello.
I've already forgotten it, sorry. Who are we talking about?
You're my spirit animal, Nate.
Who are we talking about? No, Jeremy's everyone's spirit animal.
Real names compared to their screen names. I'm doing awesome, Pixie, Veronica, whoever the freaking frick you are.
Yeah, you.
That's how short my attention span is. I literally just said Pixie's Veronica, and then my brain's like, Pixie. I don't know. That's like the weirdest thing. Like I've been on for an hour and a half. It feels like I've been on longer than an hour and a half. But then if it goes an extra hour, then all of a sudden it's been 8 hours and it feels like I've been on for 2 hours. It's like the weirdest mind shift.
I just keep seeing Teresa in the chat, but not on camera. I don't know what's going on.
She's busy. If she wasn't busy, she'd be up here. Don't harass my Teresa.
I'm not harassing. I'm saying in a nice way that I haven't chatted to her for a while and I miss her.
I know.
Jeez.
I know. Oh my goodness.
I'm still waiting for a darn kid to get dropped off.
I don't foresee that happening, Nate.
She won't miss one. I'm telling you, like it'll.
Oh my goodness. Trust me, you'd be surprised how quickly you notice how much quieter it is with one missing.
Okay, I've got to
Like
try
I've
and
only had
find.
3, but I had my 3 and I had custody of my 3 younger cousins when my aunt passed. So at one point I had 6 kids, and it is so loud, and just one missing makes a big difference. She would notice.
Well, that lady that we were trying to look after the grandkids of, she's herself in a big fight just to even get the kids, and she's their grandmother.
Mm.
So they're all in different care, all separated, and all that. While grandma's fighting to. You think that'd just be an instant thing? They've got a grandma that wants to take them. No.
Yeah. You would think like a family member would have at the very least temporary custody till they figure it out.
Yeah, they've done it the complete opposite way.
Troy says maybe a dingo will drop one off.
I'm just sending
Fingers
photos.
crossed everything will work out with Carmen with the forced menopause and schnut, and then when it comes back, maybe she'll get pregnant with like 3 at a time.
Oh, it's a Hail Mary, because I think by the time we'll have 2 more efforts and all that, then it's like starting to get a bit too old to now think about it, Dale. Like it's.
Pixie says, yes, I'm Veronica, but Pixie's fine too. Okay, cool. Let's see what I miss here. I think I got everything up to that point. Oh, yes, Nate. All the best to Carmen, too. Yes, definitely all the best to Carmen. If she doesn't pop into the picture at some point, send her a love.
She sent me a message before, but she sent a voice one, so it's like
Where's Kenny? I need a fork holder downer. I need a tinkle.
He'd be in about 10 other chats somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. Hope all the farm animals are good to you. Yeah. Just don't bring random hay, because then Jeremy goes, that's so.
No, straw. Random straw.
Straw, yeah.
It wasn't even hay. It was straw. Inedible. Jeremy didn't care.
Jeremy has to try it to know.
Well, they keep forgetting too, so they go back to it and start munching away on it. And it's like, oh yeah, this stuff doesn't taste good. Well, it doesn't taste great as well because Jeremy's been laying on it for a week, but
yeah, that's not gonna help. But yeah,
it's not going to add to the flavor profile, that's for sure.
I love that, the flavor profile. Oh.
There's got a subtle hint of Jeremy in it.
Kenny's been live quite a bit on his own channel, Joy. He did show up on my channel on my last live, but later in the night. But we went all the way to V's live. We rated V afterwards, and I will not be up that late tonight. So I don't know if Kenny will make it, because he usually pops in like after all the other lives that he's modding. I think Kenny went to a car truck show. Okay. If his new upcoming live tomorrow night is an indication. Okay, I know he was doing something. Well, Nate, that just makes you my default fort holder downer for the moment. He's like, what does that mean?
Sorry, I'm just talking to someone on I'm packing up
Oh,
someone's
okay.
cards that I sold them, and he's really worried that I'm not, like, there's these bubble envelopes that people send a lot of things in.
Yeah.
Where am I? So these sort of, it's just a thin layer of bubble wrap and all that, and they
Yeah.
expect their cards to always be sent in them. Whereas I wrap them in a whole lot of cellophane wrap and put them into a DVD case. So they're
Okay.
solid, they're soft, and then they're solid. But yeah, people are like, "Oh, you should send them in this." It's like this is just a tiny, tiny bit of bubble wrap. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So the guy's getting all snooty about it, like, "Oh, okay, we'll see when they get
Guys,
here." It's like, I've sent it hundreds, mate. Haven't had one complaint.
guys, we summoned Kenny. We were literally just talking about you, Kenny. Oh my goodness. Thanks for
So,
sharing it
so
out,
you
hon.
say his name 3 times and he appears.
Apparently. Uh, guess who, Coco? Oh my goodness, that is so beyond hilarious. Literally, we're just talking about, like, where's Kenny? I haven't seen Kenny in a while. Multitasking. You're always multitasking, Kenny. And I don't think you're capable of just doing one thing at a time. It's just like it's beyond your capability. What do you do when your internet goes down, hon? It's got to happen every now and then, right? You just like, are you lost? Or like, do you have like offline things to do? Because you're almost always on like 2 to 3 other lives minimum. Okay, well, Kenny, I got a tinkle. Could you be my in chat fort holder downer for the moment? And Nate could be my on screen fort holder downer. Honestly, guys, at this point, it doesn't matter if I have a fort holder downer. I gotta go tinkle, or there's gonna be a mess in my office, my croffice. I'll be back.
Sorry, Ed. Dealing with this doofus. I guess I should put the chat on then, so then I can at least. Oh, well, Kenny uses a Verizon backup, eh? Just to come on, get out of there. Just to keep this guy happy, I'm going to put it inside one of these bags, and then I'm going to put it inside the envelope. So they barely fit inside. I'm just going to take a picture of this guy. That's the thing I do with my eBay business too, is that not like I've got the people call it glad wrap here, but what do you guys call it? Cellophane? Is that what you guys use the word for it? But like the lunch wrap, I use that. That's the only non-recycled stuff that I use, and then I use a whole heap of cardboard and leftover plastic stuff. Say like we buy a TV and then we've got a whole bunch of styrofoam from it. So yeah, if anyone complains about using recycled stuff to send items, then there's something wrong with them. But why not reuse things rather than just throwing it straight into the bin? It's funny, I've sent thousands of them and I have not had one single complaint. I've been back on eBay for about a year and a half now. I did it for quite a while, and then I had some issues with when I was living in Canada. So I had a lifetime ban pretty much after a couple of years. Like just kept having issues, and they kept going back to that whole. Basically, I had to move out of Canada in a hurry, so a whole bunch of people didn't get their items. And once I got back, like I traveled by bus, and then I got stuck in Taiwan and all the yada yada, and then had to get home and get back set up on the computer and get internet again, and refunded everyone. I didn't rip anyone off, never did that. And then it's still stuck. Well, hello, Lulu's treasure trove. Coco will be back in a minute. She's just going to take a big giant whiz. Is that the technical, nice, polite way of saying it?
How did you know how big it was?
Big giant whiz.
Hello to anybody I missed. Who did I miss? Lulu. Is Lulu the one that came in since I've been gone?
I think so. I was just telling them all about my recycled packaging, and I caved and put that guy's stuff into one of those bags inside the envelope. So it's even more protected than normal.
Awesome. So hello, Lulu. And if someone came in that I didn't notice, say, yo, Coco. Just now came in. Awesome. What are you up to? Thanks, Mark. I got an ice cream sandwich on my way back. Couldn't help it. So anyone that didn't answer earlier, what are you working on? What you sipping on? Teresa says, I am cleaning at my niece's house again. Apparently, that's the only time Coco goes on. I was about to say, did you move in there? Oh my goodness.
Ooh, it's getting warm in this thing.
They do, Mark. Ice cream sandwiches rule. It looks like Chris agrees.
Nice little Elvis gospel set. If anyone doesn't know, I think it was 3 Grammys that Elvis received in his life, and they're all for his gospel music, none for his rock and roll. One of those odd facts that you say, which song do you reckon Elvis got a Grammy for, and no one can ever name it because it's his gospel music.
My dad would know. My dad was like the biggest Elvis fan and also looked a little like him growing up, but I did not know.
My dad was very much like him.
Says not much. Just finished playing the that ended, and now I am lurking around. I'm working on granny squares for Neil Nash's blanket. Awesome. That's awesomeness, Lulu. I'm having Dr. Pepper and working on a shawl using hobby or hobby. I've heard it so many ways, I don't even know what to call it anymore. I'm going to say hobby. Sultan King yarn. Cool. Lulu loves Elvis. Actually, for my dad's birthday in January, I made him an Elvis diamond painting.
My bag's gone.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm just looking for another layer to put this in, that's all.
Okay.
Thinking out loud. Yeah, got to remember when I go in town today to buy some more tape. That's what I'm down to, like, this sort of width at the moment to seal up my envelopes.
Yeah, for me, it doesn't matter. I can have like 30,000 rolls of tape in my house. When I need it, I will not find a single one of them, and I will need to get more.
What are you doing out?
What? I was asking Veronica what she's been working on these days. Are you more settled into your new place? I can't remember if it was Mark or Chris. I know it was one of you two. When I first got my LED strip, it was too bright, but I filtered it with like styrofoam. And I cut like a little track underneath and put the styrofoam over it. It makes the whole styrofoam glow. What do y'all think of that? Is that diffuse enough? Just call me Coco MacGyver. Always buying batteries. Never any when I need them. I hear you, Joy.
Oh, we got 3 batteries and drawers.
I can change the colors and everything. Look.
3 drawers of battery.
Red. Green. Blue. Purple. That wasn't me, Coco. I had no idea you did that. Okay. Must have been Chris then. Said it was too like harsh because it was like you could see like literally like each dot and it was like super bright in the background. Because I originally had it on the front of the top there. Yes, ice cream sandwiches, but have not had those for probably a year or longer. I do love them though. Yeah, you can't not love ice cream sandwiches. Yeah, it was Chris. Yeah, a diffuser. Yeah. But ridiculously enough, I actually looked up diffusers and on Amazon you cannot buy like a small amount of them, and it costs like 5 times as much as the strip light for the diffusers. I'm like, well, screw that. And I had like something come in with like styrofoam packaging, and it just some of them pieces were like angled and stuff. I'm like, that looks super cool. I put it on top. I'm like, oh. But then I had to like make a groove in it so it would sit flat on top. So I MacGyvered some diffusers. Do I have red lights? I can make it red. It looks a little orangey. That's supposed to be red. Red, green, maybe more red. Like, don't tell me the battery died right now. No.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Purple. Can I do that?
Oh God. That was a long way.
Mark just working part-time and
we're
pretty well settled in now and love it here. Awesome. Love the violet light, Coco. Thanks, Lulu. Trying to be like crocheter / gamer. A little flare in the background. Urkel, yeah. Chris gets me. That's great, Veronica. I have for you and Chad. Awesome sauce. Now, I know this is completely unheard of, but I think I'm going to get off in 10 minutes. How many people are still there that did not just have a heart attack? Yeah, Urkel's classic. But like, if you see him nowadays, like without the glasses and like the pants hiked up to his nipples, he's actually a good-looking dude. I'm not 100% sure, Mark, but I think I should. I got to get used to not staying on for 8 to 12 hours at a time. And that's probably why I don't come on as often, because it's like a full-time job hours, you know, when I do it, and it's so like, I don't know. And then I can't talk for like a week after because I talk so much. Oh my goodness. And it always baffled my brain that people can go on and like get off after an hour. Like, I'm just getting going after an hour normally. But
so many people are like, oh, that's been yeah now, so see yous. It's like, what?
Yeah. I need to start trying to be human. Because once I start working, I definitely can't do the 8 hours. So I got to like slowly start to get used to doing normal amounts of hours.
Well, if you're going to go in like 10 minutes, you know what I've got to do?
What? Oh. I'm going to see Jeremy?
I've got to find Jeremy.
Uh-oh. Let me get the Jeremy video. Hang on. I'm sure he's in here somewhere. Here he is. Hang on. That's the Jeremy intro. Oh, now Nate's frozen. I didn't do that. Oh, it's pouring rain, Jeannie. That sucks.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
I walked closer to the house. I don't know how that worked. There's a trench between us. He's at the back. Jeremy!
Jeez. I hear you, Mark.
Jeremy!
Even just trying to watch everybody you want to watch is a full-time job for sure.
Jeremy! He's ignoring me.
So it's just freaking Coco. Unless you have carrots, fork off.
Jeremy! Yeah,
so you psyched me out with the straw last time.
And here, that's the Jeremy nest.
Okay. It's Jeremy nest. Hey, Laurie, how are you? Thank you so much. I'm already with Carrie. Love watching her and Froggy. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're hoot and holler.
Jerome?
Not carrots, not even bread. Almost
love.
like a dog.
It's an of love. Love should be enough. Love is all you need.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ellie and Pippa are going there because this is our water trench because of, we just had so much flooding that we had this trench dug. Okay. So now they have to go through that yard and then out the side yard and then they jump the ditch somewhere down there. But Jeremy still hasn't figured that out, so he still comes to here. Okay. But there was this thin sliver along here. We actually caught him on here one day and he was stuck.
Oh, poor Jeremy. He's in Australia, Lulu. Yeah, he's pretty much like a pet. He's a giant dog with horns. There he is. There's Jeremy. Oh.
Don't walk too close to you, mate.
Hey, Jeremy. Thanks, Lulu.
That's about as close as he can get at the moment. We've got a ditch between us.
Oh. Hi, Jeremy. I gotta find the live I did where he literally chased the truck the whole way up the driveway and like make a short out of it.
No, Pippa, you
Aw.
can't cross the bridge either.
It's like, watch me.
I'm sure if I opened the gate, they'd try. It was a full bridge we could drive over, and then we had more rain the day after they dug the ditch, and then half of it caved in.
Oh,
Where's
is
Ellie?
he licking his bum?
I kept updating Carmen the other day, so I was at the kitchen window, which is just there, and Pippa and Jeremy were both lying down there, and Ellie was standing at that point there, trying to figure out for like about 2 hours of how to get to them. Bless her cotton socks. She's just like, and Pippa walked over to her, and it's like you tell they're having a conversation of, oh, I don't know, I just got here. How do you? And eventually, they both went sprinting off down to the front and met at the front yard. So
Trevor's
not too
looking
good
like
when-
you called me over. Now what?
Yeah.
Hi, Jeremy. Hey, Pippa.
It's like, there doesn't seem to be anything on offer here. So, oh, he's licking Pippa.
Oh.
She doesn't need a clean. See you, Pip. I'm like, yep, nothing on. Oh well, I'm going. There's nothing, Jeremy. I'm sorry. It was just attention.
Everybody to us when they see us like magnet. For real, Lulu.
Just attention.
I
That's
swear,
all you get.
Jeremy is like a cow dog.
Cow dog that was raised by horses.
Yeah. Jeannie says, "Oh, they're wondering how to get to you. For real."
Well, they're going to cut through the small yard to get out here now.
Yeah. Mark says Jeremy doesn't seem to know what to do now.
Yeah, he's like, well, I can't come to the fence. There's nothing on offer. What do? Do I just stand here and look pretty?
Yo. Chris says, Jeremy, don't give up that easy. Jeremy. Hey, baby boy. Oh, I just want to scratch his head. Poor Jeremy.
Sorry, Jeremy.
You should follow your sisters. They know the way around.
See you, Jeremy. Coco's going to go to bed at a reasonable hour.
Aw.
He's like waving with his ear.
Then you brought animals into the situation.
Well, I was literally on my second to last package, and I was going to be like, oh, well, I'll walk out there and surprise. And then it was like, out of a bolt out of nowhere. I just hurt myself. A bolt out of nowhere. You're like, I'm going to go soon. It's like, who are you and what have you done with Coco?
I know. It's like the pod people. Hi, Cass. How are you, sweetie?
It's like Coco thinking of like tomorrow Coco. That's just not natural.
I know.
Screw tomorrow Coco. She can be tired.
But my interview went well enough that I think I'm going to get the job. So I need to turn into a human again. Hi, Tiger and Franklin. Oh, look at them. Hey, Bobby.
Toilet. You're going to go to the crapper. Good boy, Frank. You go right in between where I leave the house and my car. That's a good spot to do your poo-poo. Well done. Jeremy still. What the fork? There's got to be some food on offer.
Right, Lulu? You just want to scratch his precious little head. Not so little, but his precious big head.
Come in. In the basket. Good boys.
Oh.
I decided to cut around this way rather than walk through the wet yard again. Oh, they're good boys in their basket. Oh, not Franklin.
Oh, they're so precious. All of them is precious.
Oh, it's a mess in here. Who is it?
It's a meow meow, Jeremy. Hey, Connie. Connie.
So you got one cat here and one cat. Oh, Izzy's like passed out completely.
Oh, yeah. She's not cold.
But they're both within 2 meters of That's where Izzy sleeps, like literally almost touching it.
Oh. I don't know, Teresa. What are y'all going to do if I turn into a human?
See, now, if Teresa like popped up out of nowhere in the live, that would change everything.
Don't do that. Don't do that, because I'm trying to be a good girl.
Well, Teresa likes being a bad influence, though. That's like her, you know, that's her side gig.
She's helping her niece. Doesn't need to be a bad influence on Coco.
I liked everyone you saw it.
Me too, Jeannie. It's my dream to have like a log cabin with a wood stove, like a wood cook stove, like the oven and everything. Oh,
it's not log, but it's made of wood. But yeah, like that's someone asked the other day. I was stoking a fire, and they said, "Oh, don't you have like central heating and all that?" It's like we've got 30 acres of bloody wood. Why would we use electricity? We've got a lifetime supply of wood. We're never going to run out.
Exactly. That's just craziness. If
Carmen
I
and I just been
home,
going
I'd be
there.
up there already.
Yeah, we just find the big dead ones and cut them up.
Oh my
What's
goodness. No worries.
Oh, she was home. Okay.
All right. So I'm
we ended it with
officially
a bang.
gonna get off after 2 hours. This may or may not be a record for Coco, but I think I'm more on the may side than the may not. Oh my goodness. Cucumber too, yeah. So thank you, Nate. It was so good to see you again. It's been way too long.
Yeah, strange. I was the only one.
In the chat for popping in. Was that Nate?
It's just strange that I was the only one.
Yeah, I wasn't on long enough. If you go on for 12 hours, people pop up. But
I'm just a ball of hair. When I pick it up, just hair everywhere.
Oh, Chris used to have a full wood cook stove with burners and oven. And oh, what happened, Chris? Why don't we have it anymore?
That's what Carmen wants to get ours converted into, is to have one of those that you can still place stuff on top, but to have one that has a little compartment where you can oven bake stuff as well.
Yeah, I want two of them. I want one for in the winter in my house and one from like an outdoor kitchen for the summer.
I'm a big fan of, if it ain't broke, don't replace it.
I don't have one yet at all, so I might as well get the one I want, right?
Yeah, we have to also get a different chimney as well if we get a new one. So it's a whole can of worms, as they say.
Yeah. But if you're starting from scratch, from the ground up, literally everything, might as well start with what you want rather than having to change it later. Oh, Chris will have it again soon. Awesome stuff. Send me a picture. Okay, I'm just throwing things on the floor.
Just go, lady. You've had enough.
I'm way too excited about wood stoves. Send me pictures when you get it again, though, Chris, because I love wood stoves. Have a good evening, everyone. Good night, Coco and Nate. I will leave when you do. Okay, thanks for coming, everybody. So thanks to Nate for coming up and spending some time with us. It's been way too long. And thanks to everyone who spent some time with us. Y'all are amazing. Love it all to bits. And let me find my outro. Wow.
Yeah, we got it clean. We got our chimney clean this year, so it's good.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Take care. Bye, everybody.